thanks for joining us this evening. From the President's tours and your own observation as government, which areas have performed best in implementation of the parish development model?
Well, thank you very much, Canada, and good evening, viewers. The President, as you have noted in the story, is touring various zones, sub-regions in this country, and is now in Bugisu. And on the first day, he usually picks 2 or 3 districts. Like yesterday, he was in Islonko, he was in Manafa, he was in Bududa, visiting farmers who are making progress. And indeed, what we see on the ground, that the population has embraced PDM and the 4-acre model, and they are trying to pick enterprises which are profitable, like poultry, like dairy, and growing fruits, coffee, and they are doing very well. They are doing very well. And then on the second day, that's when he usually meets leaders. Like today, he met leaders in Borambuli to give his message on the need to prioritize wealth creation at the family and household level. And then tomorrow, he will be having a rally here in Mbale, again to emphasize that point of wealth creation, particularly monitoring how PDM and the Myoga and other wealth creation interventions are doing here in Bugisu. So the lessons we pick that the population has received very warmly these programs of PDM, and they are doing fairly well. But he continues to warn those who are extorting money, who are stealing money from beneficiaries, to stop. And those who have done it have to be prosecuted in courts of law.
Doctor, what we want to understand is that we know some areas are doing well or better than the others. And the other President's pledge is to extend the PDM beyond the just 5 years. Will the extension also be segmented according to progress?
Well, we started the PDM considering all the parishes, irrespective of the size, geographically, irrespective of the population, and it will be reviewed progressively. First of all, this is a program which will go beyond even 5 years. And the commitment from the President and the government is that every year we shall be sending money to these parish circles. And depending how the program performs, we even discussed this week in Cabinet the possibility of raising the amount of money from 100 to 200. So we are now 2-3 years down the road, and we are assessing. The progress is very impressive, and definitely as the program gets entrenched in the country, the money will continue to flow even beyond the 5 years. But it will be reviewed, and then necessary changes will be made. For instance, the way we implement the PDM in urban areas like Kampala, we may have to study that again compared to the rural areas. There are parishes which are larger than the others. All those, as we progress, we shall be able to review these and make necessary changes. But so far, so good. The lessons we pick show a lot of positivity on the ground.
Dr. Mbale, lastly, and very briefly, 2025 is around the corner. What will be the focus for the new year in operationalizing PDM?
Yes, as we have already been communicating, the flagship program for government in this Chisanja is wealth creation. That doesn't mean that we are not handling other aspects of service delivery. For instance, you saw the memorandum raised by the leaders of Bugisu, and the President summarized it through reference to the Bible, quoting Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, which says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and the rest shall be added unto you." He was basically emphasizing the issue of prioritization, that we shall continue with infrastructure projects, service delivery, but going into 2025, the focus again shall be wealth creation, because the NRM government has implemented very many programs, roads, electricity, safe water, hospitals, education. Yes, and we continue to implement all of those. But the focus of government, including next year, will be how to mobilize Ugandans, how to empower Ugandans, especially those who are in subsistence livelihood, to enter into the money economy. And the programs we have designed are largely PDM and also a myoga for those who are in subsistence livelihood. So it remains a priority in 2025 as we mobilize Ugandans to go into the polls in 2026. And we do hope that the Ugandans will continue supporting NRM, because it is NRM that can liberate Ugandans from poverty.